Mayad nga agahon. Coming to you live from Numancia, Aklan in the Philippines. I'm having my morning cup of coffee here. Coffee with Ginno, my mug here. And then it's my Copico Blanca. Copico Blanca is a 3-in-1 coffee here in the Philippines. It's a powder form mixture of coffee, cream, and sugar. Very popular here in the Philippines. You can get like a 3-in-1 coffee pretty much anywhere here. Sari-sari store, grocery, hotels will have it. Pretty cheap too. Usually about 7 pesos for this packet right here. I can get like 10 of these for 70 pesos, about $1.50 for 10 cups of coffee using the 3-in-1 coffee. Good coffee. This is my favorite, the Copico Blanca. But many varieties, many brands, Nescafe, even Manny Pacquiao has 3-in-1 coffee. Manny Pacquiao 3-in-1 coffee. Charlie, hey, good morning, Charlie Latz from Boston, my friend in Boston. Hope you are doing well. Hope you're doing well, my friend. Oh, and I also got my malunggay cheese pandesal. That's what I got this morning. I made a trip with Bumblebee. My Bumblebee is my tricycle, so only takes me, it's only like a kilometer away to my favorite malunggay cheese pandesal. It's 5 pesos each for the malunggay cheese pandesal at Joni's. Joni's is my favorite. There's one that sells it for 2 pesos each, but I didn't like it. I went back to Joni's, my go-to pandesal. And I like it because Joni's, the way they cook my pandesal, it's like crusted on top and then soft on the inside. Still hot off the oven when I got my pandesal this morning. I like it like that. I got there early though. I usually go get my pandesal about 6:15 before the crowd gets there. Usually by 6:30, there's already a line of people getting a pandesal. Especially today, it's Sunday. You know, a lot of people start their day with pandesal and coffee, just like me, just like me. Sugar-free version. All right, Ruby. I'll have to look for. I have seen a few. I have seen a few with the sugar-free on it. Not many, but when I look, when you go to the grocery, when I buy my Copico Blanca, there's a whole aisle of like 3-in-1 coffee, and then the other instant coffee. Just a lot of variety, very popular. Like I said, very popular. Hey, my friend Brian from Galveston County, Expat, NASCAR. Ooh, at the Brickyard. All right, man. I'll have to after the live stream, I'll have to check that out, man. I love me some NASCAR, man. I've been watching NASCAR, then F1, so I love racing. Now, actually, Expat Brian got me started on it again because I haven't been, I stopped watching when I left the United States. It was one of those things when I left the United States in 2011. I wasn't really big on getting here and still keeping up with sports, watching all the I watched all the football, American football. I watched NASCAR. That's what I did in the U.S. On my weekends. It's like on my free time during the weekends, I would watch a lot of sports. Well, when I got here in 2011, it was hard to watch sports, because for one, American football, it comes at an odd time here. It comes like at 2 a.m. or 5 a.m., so and then it was hard to find, back then. And it's easier now with the streaming services and with the Fire Stick. There's all kinds of ways now you can watch American sports here. But back in 2011, when I moved to Boracay, there wasn't many opportunities for it. So I figure, it wasn't a big deal anymore. It was a total change of life for me when I moved here in 2011. It was like I was really gonna live the Filipino life. I was gonna observe the culture. I had been gone, from the Philippines for over 30 years, living in the United States, being in the military, working in the civilian world, and going to high school in the United States. So when I moved back, I'm Filipino, I'm Filipino American, but I've lost part of that, because growing up in the Philippines, when you're here in the Philippines and then the Filipinos here and the Filipinos in the US, there's a difference. There's a difference between Filipinos here in the Philippines and Filipinos in the US. It was an adjustment because when I left the Philippines, I was just a kid when I left the Philippines, so I didn't understand like the Filipino dynamic. Moving back here to the Philippines, I had to learn. It's like I had an idea, because I'm Filipino, so growing live in the U.S., I spoke Tagalog, so that helped. And then I had relatives in the U.S. That I talked to, but it was still different. Coming here, it's the Filipinos here, especially here in the province, because I grew up in Manila growing up. It was just different, Nothing wrong with it. It's not like I just had to adjust. Some of the things, it's like the biggest thing I noticed was like when I moved to Boracay in 2011, I befriended a lot of the locals. My friends were like the JR and Nash. They worked at the Boom Boom Bar. They were musicians at the Boom Boom Bar. And then I was living on Station 3 in Boracay. And back then on Station 3, they had a lot of like the boatmen, the parao sailboats, So when I would come out of I lived at Casa Camila in Station 1 on Front Beach. When I would walk the morning, like when I would jog, when I would swim, when I walk out there, I was like seeing the locals. And I would always say, hey, kumusta kuya? I always like greet them. So I became friends with them. But I had to learn how to get along with them, because it's different here. It's different from the Filipinos in the U.S. Like, I'll give you an example. Filipinos in the U.S., you rarely really see people borrowing money, because people in the U.S., they got money. Filipinos that go to the U.S., a lot of, they have money, they got nice cars, nice houses. But here, especially they knew that I was from the U.S., the way I looked, it's like, it took me a while to get really dark skin like them, just like hanging out on the beach all the time. And then just, I guess, the way I dress, because I'm wearing board shorts, like American board shorts. So it was very common for them. Hey, kuya, it's like, can you help me out? Can you borrow? And that's a new dynamic for me because I lived in the United States for over 30 years and rarely did anybody borrow money from me. But here in the Philippines, that's a common thing. It's like, it's common for Filipinos to borrow. Borrowing money is common with Filipinos. So, but at first I was lending money to people, but after, it didn't take me long to figure out that a lot of times when people borrow money from you, people don't pay you. People start ducking you, they're like hiding from you. And then when I went to college, even, some of my classmates would get in trouble, like they don't have any money for tuition, and I would help them out. And a few never paid me back either. But it is what it is, it's like, but I understand that. Now I don't lend money, it's like, that's one of the things I already, it doesn't matter who, it's like, I think the last person I lended money, there was a neighbor here, in the Camellia. She gave me like a sob story, and I just kind of wanted her to get leave, but I lended her money, and there was trouble with that. So that definitely now I don't lend money at all anymore because I've too many times. It's like, that's one of the things. Don't lend money in the Philippines because it never ends well if you lend money here. And then the other thing is like when I friended the people in Boracay, I would walk at night, and a lot of the boatmen at Station 3 in Boracay, when they're off work, like at nighttime, 7, they're just hanging out on the beach, and like they're taking shots of Tanduay rum or Emperador whiskey. And when you're walking, it's like here in the Philippines, it's cause, hey, kuya, kuya, and, they want to take a shot. And, that was another thing, another new dynamic for me. It's like just walking and people like asking you to give a shot. But I was trying to get along with everybody, so I would take a shot and they just walk. And they're happy when you do that. Just take a shot and hey, all right, I gotta go, I gotta go. I'm not a drinker, but it's one of those things like the Filipinos love to drink in parties, even like get-togethers, even just sitting on the beach, sitting at the sari store, you will be offered drinks here, and just to be polite, just to like get along with people, you take a shot. But now I don't, I don't drink, I don't drink anymore. Expat. I am, brother. I am, my brother. Thank you. All right, Charlie said. All right, good. Next time, real men drink black coffee. I used to drink black coffee. Tex, I was in the military 20 years, and we drank some horrible coffee in the military. We had those metal containers, like giant containers. And sometimes you get to the bottom of that. Sometimes it gets thick. Thick black coffee. So I've had my share of thick black coffee. So I'm good with the Copico Blanca now. Hot pandesal, I love hot pandesal in the morning. That's like it's always a treat for me when I go to my regular Joni's Malunggay cheese pandesal. When I go there, you can just smell it. It's like even from the outside, it's not even a whole bakery. All they sell is pandesal, and I've filmed it before. Videos, I have videos of it. They just it's just a standalone oven hooked up to propane tank, and they're just shoving pandesal. They're pulling it out, out of that movable. It's a movable oven, and they got a glass display where they put all the pandesal, and just the smell. When they hand you the bag, it's still hot. It's like it's awesome. One of my favorite things to eat here, especially for breakfast, is malunggay pandesal, hot pandesal. Jennifer, good morning. Watching from Seattle, Washington. All right. Misko malunggay, pandesal which is sarap sa kape. Yes, I even do that. I hit my pandesal, I dip it. That's the thing with coffee here in the Philippines. You dip your pandesal in the coffee. Delicious, delicious. That's a Filipino thing. It's like dipping your pandesal in your coffee. That's you will see that if you come here to the Philippines, you get invited to a Filipino home, and you will see people dipping their pandesal in coffee. JP, all right, JP. Good morning, JP. Everybody's asleep because last night they stayed up late. They were it's Saturday night last night, and they were watching Korean drama here. I think at first I came down like I went to bed at like 8:30, but I had to come down to get a drink of water like around midnight, and they were still here. They were still watching Korean drama here, but they also Liana said they also watched one horror movie, and they were watching Korean drama. So I know they're not gonna wake up later today. But Dazzle's been working on the JP on the design. She made a design of our Panay Posse shirt. Let me see here. She was working on it last night here. Ooh, I didn't think send it. I thought I'd send it. Oh, there it is. There it is. There it is. I didn't save it to my iPad here. I just wanted to show you real quick the design so far. This will go on the back of the shirt. This design right here. It's kind of cool actually. She had the design. This is the map of Panay, the map of Panay, and then it says Panay Posse. And it's kind of cool. The map of Panay, I didn't notice it, but it looks like it's a flying bat. It looks like Batman. It looks like the head part right there, and then arms and legs. It looks like Batman flying, you know? So I was like, man, I didn't even realize Panay was shaped like that. And then she put Panay Posse. And then we haven't decided. We're gonna get a couple of shirts made that way. We'll get one in yellow, JP. Let me know what your size is, JP. That way, I'll make I'll make the yellow one your shirt. I'll do like maybe a yellow, maybe do a white, maybe do a black, just to see what what. That way, people got choices on the colors that they want. And then we were thinking that's the print in the back, and then in the front, Dazzle said I should put my logo. We have this HD made this design like on the cup, Dazzle TV on the cup here, but when you click on or when people look for Dazzle TV on YouTube, that's not what comes up. That's not our logo on on Dazzle TV. Dazzle said I should use like my picture with the umbrella on the beach, and then she'll word something like Dazzle TV, like maybe like a little logo with my picture underneath Dazzle TV. That way, if I'm wearing the shirt, people can ask me, your TV. I can just point, hey, that's a channel. Because sometimes people do that when I'm filming. People ask me like, "What's your channel?" And I have to say Dazzle TV, and then they go, "How do you spell that?" They have a trouble spelling Dazzle because people sometimes spell it Dazzle, Dazzle. So I figure I have to put something that says Dazzle TV like in print, and then maybe my picture, and then the Panay Posse on the back. I'll get that shirt done, and then maybe one with my picture and another one with the logo, with like this logo. That way, people got a choice. You know what? People got a choice on the shirt that they want to wear. And again, I'm not gonna sell the t-shirts. The t-shirts is gonna be for the people that come here, people that are friends of our YouTube channel. I like F1. Open wheels, open cock, and you don't always have to constantly turn left. Yes, F1. I wasn't really paying attention too much on F1, but that Netflix series came out, F1, and I got hooked. I started because I didn't know the drivers, and now I'm even going back. Like I'm watching like on Netflix, like Schumacher and things like that. So I'm really learning. I'm really liking it. I didn't realize how technical it was. How a lot of engineering, a lot of like. I'm really into F1 now because of that Netflix series. I think you've said before, but what is your favorite American football team? Mine's the Patriots. Oh, you're lucky. You're lucky, man. You're a Patriots fan. I'm actually a Cowboys fan. It's horrible. We got like the worst team ever. It's like it's taken. The Cowboy fans. We've been tortured. We've been tortured since our last Super Bowl in like 1995. It's been torture for like Cowboy fans. Maybe that's why I don't watch much football anymore because Cowboys are so horrible. Good morning from Tucson. Oh, hey, Steve. Steve I'm for Tucson, man. I love my time in Tucson. When I retired from the military, I spent 7 years in Tucson, Arizona. I love Tucson. I was an avid cyclist. I was a road cyclist in Tucson. Rode everywhere, not just in Tucson. I rode all the different bike rides like Bisbee, Casa Grande, Tombstone. They would have these rides on the weekends, like Saturday and Sunday, and long rides with just groups of people just meeting up, and then we would ride. I miss that. That's one thing I miss. It's like there is cycling here in our province. I do see them like Sunday. Today's a big day for cycling here. They're on the road. Really, after the pandemic is really when the boom, it really boomed as far as bike riding here on the road. But I'm careful now. I don't take chances anymore. It's like I'll be 59 years old on Friday, so it's like the last thing I need is like an injury or something that would need surgery. It's like I made it 59 years of living on this earth that I've never had any surgery. Never, I've never really been in a hospital except when I went through my cancer treatments. In 2023, so it's like I've been healthy all my life, so I figure that's why about 3 or 4 years ago, I finally gave up cycling. I used to have a mountain bike, but I gave my mountain bike to Dazzle's younger brother. I no longer ride I ride a bicycle. Dazzle has like a foldable bike, but I just ride it in our subdivision here for exercise. I no longer go out on the road here, especially here, because if you're a bike rider, um, here in the Philippines, if you're riding bicycles on the road, on the highway, they don't really have bike lanes on the highway here. And you're allowed to ride on the highways here in our province. A lot of things can go wrong. There's chickens that run on the road. There's dogs that run on this road. There's carabao. There's like stuff on the road. It's like and tricycles making a U-E, buses and vans flying. Uh, Often there are accidents on the road here, unfortunately, with bicycles and motorbikes. So I figure, man, play it safe, play it safe. It's like I still get my exercise. I walk a lot, and then I ride the Dazzle's foldable bike here in our subdivision. NASCAR has more road courses these days and even race on streets. Yeah, I did notice that. The NASCAR it's not just circling like before, but I like it. I was a fan of Jeff Gordon and Jimmy Johnson, but now I'm like there's several drivers that I like in NASCAR now. That see farmer. Good morning. Okay. Jennifer, go Huskies! All right, Washington Huskies. It's Washington Huskies, and then Washington State. Is it Cougars? Cougars, or it's been a while since I watched college football. But I remember their uniforms. I remember the Washington team. The Washington is like a purple Husky. That's true, JP, and nothing, I guess, could surpass 88 winning the race upside down. Ooh, upside down, upside down. Good. I am glad you mentioned that. All right, all right. Rowdies and others. Hey, Daniel, my good friend in Jacksonville, Florida. I showed them earlier, Daniel, the design so far for our Panay Posse. The back, the back of it is like Panay Posse. It looks like a bat. That's what Dazzle said. It looks like a flying bat. The map of Panay Island. But that's in the back, in the back of the shirt. And I'll make a few shirts done that way. HD, howdy, Roddy Piper. Are you Indian? No, I'm not Indian. I'm Filipino. I'm Filipino American. I watch F1, but the low number of passes to me gets boring. I have watched F1 horrible crashes on YouTube, and that is terrifying. Yes, I mean they got at least in NASCAR, they got that cage. It looks like you could survive, like but that's scary with the open, the open thing with the F1. As you get older, wiser, you learn that you don't lend. Oh yes, Unfortunately, I had to learn the hard way, Daniel, because for me, at first, it's not a big amount. People. To me anyway, it wasn't a big amount, and sometimes people give you really like sob stories, and But it is what it. But I don't lend money anymore. I don't lend money anymore. I just tell them straight up that I don't lend money because I've lost too much money lending to people here. They are re-releasing F1 because of the box office success. Yes, yes, right. I love it, man. I watched the Brad Pitt movie, the Netflix series. So I'm hooked, man. I'm like, Netflix really did a good job explaining it, the competition, the picking the drivers and then poaching the drivers, Ferrari and McLaren, So I love it. I love the whole, I'm glad they did that because before I was just watching races. I didn't really it really helped that they did that kind of like documentary miniseries. JB, all right, JB. Good morning, JB, my good friend in Sydney, Australia. Hello, everyone. How about a QR code linking to the channel? Ooh, I have to like research that, man. Research that. Good. I don't know how to do that. Let me research that, JP. So I don't know how to do that. Oh, I almost forgot. Good thing I looked at my phone because I was, I always do the weather, and it looks like we're good weather. No more typhoons. No more. Everything's outside the Philippine area of responsibility. Sunny day already. When I went to go get the Pandesal, it was early. It was like 6:15, but it wasn't even cool. It was warm. It felt like summer. And the sun is going to be bright again. It was hot all day yesterday. It reached the 90s yesterday because we went to Calibo yesterday because Leanna we had to get like for her project. We had to go to City Mall Calibo to buy supplies for her project. Her project is it's August is nutrition month, so she has to make all these. Oh, there's mom coming down, coming down. She's carrying the fan. She's carrying the fan. She put the fan in their room. They have this cooler in their room. It's like good morning, mom. They have I got them a cooler. It's kind of cool. It's kind of like it's like a swamp cooler in the U.S. It's like it's not air conditioned, but you put water on it and it's a fan, so it moistens the air, and then but it still gets, because yesterday it got hot, so mom took the fan that was down here. She brought it to their room. Oh, she did. It's all right. I mean, it's not being used down here, so that's good that you guys had the fan there. Oh, thanks, mom. Thanks, mom. Got pandesal, mama. Right. QR code. I'll have to research that. I'll have to research that, JP. That's a good idea. A QR code. That way, be easier for people if they ask me. They can just scan it on their phone like that. Just make some business cards and hand it out to them with the channel info. Business cards, man. That's so official. That's so official. HD. I guess I can. It's not expensive here. That's one thing. Cups, T-shirts, business cards. They're cheap here, man. You can go to the print shop and they can print you, and I can just carry some of my wallet. Good idea. Good idea, HD. I wanted that to do that. Because it's funny when Dazzle and I, where people stop us, and then sometimes they ask, hey, can we do a shout out? So I would do a shout out. I'll film them that they're doing a shout out, and they'll tell us like, what's your channel, kuya? And we said Dazzle TV, and they have a hard time like spelling Dazzle. So that's why it's better if we were wearing a shirt that had Dazzle on it, that you can read that way. We just point, and we do that like during Ati-Atihan. Dazzle and I made black Ati-Atihan here. Normally when you go at Ati-Atihan, the festival, you wear like a black shirt with some print, but everybody, because Ati is like they paint, the Ati, like the dancers, they would put charcoal in their face, so black is popular. So Dazzle and I, we have shirts, black shirts, and it's got white lettering in the front that says Dazzle TV, and then on the back that says Dazzle TV. That way, when we're filming at the Atihan, when people, hey, what's your channel? What's your channel? I just point Dazzle TV, Dazzle TV. JB, all right. Cowboys were really good in the mid '90s. They had a right. Oh yes, yes. I mean, we jinxed it. I think HD because we had the best coach in Jimmy Johnson, and our horrible owner fired him or got rid of him, and that we were cursed ever since. We could have built like years and years of a good team with Jimmy Johnson. We had, yeah, you had Steve Young. I remember the rivalry, man. We had Troy Aikman, we had Emmett Smith, and Michael Irvin. It's like we had the triplets, man. But old knucklehead owner of ours ruined it for the rest of the. We've never been good. We've been horrible ever since. I would like to see F1, NASCAR, and IndyCar at COTA. One super weekend. Woo, one super weekend. I was a fan of Danica Patrick in NASCAR. All right. I know Danica Patrick was in F1 and then she switched. I'm watching some of the documentary and I saw that she was a big F1 driver and then she switched to NASCAR. She was terrible in NASCAR. She was great in Indy. Correct, HD. She got bullied in NASCAR. Yeah. I can see Ginno was not a big wrestling fan. He didn't know who that wrestler was. Here is another, the great. No, I'm not. I wasn't. I of course I would. I know The Rock. I knew Hulk Hogan. Who was that? The Macho Man. I remember watching The Macho Man. I like The Macho Man, but I wasn't big on wrestling. But I did know some because sometimes when you're watching sports, it comes on and then you see it. And I think I've watched like maybe one or two of that WrestleMania, where they're all, the Undertaker, the guy with the hat, the black coat, long coat, So I do know some, but not a big. I never went to a live one. I never went to a live wrestling in an arena. I never attended one. I just saw it on TV once in a while. Like the shirt and design. Hope to see Dazzle TV on it. Yes, I will. In the front is where we were thinking. Dazzle said, I should put my trademark. My trademark is the umbrella on the beach. Dazzle likes that photo. So we might put that in the front and then just put Dazzle TV, like a word that says Dazzle TV on the front. Ultimate Warrior costume face paint was the best. I'll have to look it up now. I'll have to look up the Ultimate Warrior now. Just ask Google how to make a QR code for your YouTube channel. It's okay. All right. Thanks, JP. The lime green, like your shirt color, looks very good. All right. Actually, Dazzle bought me this shirt for one of my birthdays a while back. She got it at she buys me sometimes original. She considers it original because she always buys me stuff at the Ukay, the thrift store. But on my birthday and on Christmas, she always buys me a nice shirt. JB Manale. He had one of the great entrances. It just gets you hyped up. All right. That's cool, man. Now I'll watch it now. I've even watched that Mexican wrestling, that lucha libre. Where they have the mask. I've even seen that. Once you make a QR code, screenshot it and save it on your phone. Oh, okay. All right. Cool, JP. I was thinking I was gonna put it on the shirt, JP. Thank you for that. I was thinking I was gonna put it on the T-shirt, print it on the T-shirt, but on my phone, That way I can just show it in my phone and they can see. I'm not high tech, man. Dazzle takes care of most of the editing, the thumbnails, the editing. She's got more patience doing that than me. I'm just like that. I guess I'm just the voice of the channel. I'm just the one filming it, but a lot of the work Dazzle takes care for me. Vloggers now making business cards with QR code and they hand out when filming, so if see their face, it would. Oh, okay, all right. Thanks, JB. Hey, I gotta step up, man. I gotta step up with the times, I gotta step, I'm super low tech, man. I'm super low tech. I gotta upgrade, and I gotta keep up with the times. I gotta keep up with the times. All this new things that people do. Dazzle, she keeps me updated. She's the one that tells me, babe, you should do this. Babe, you should do this. Okay, I said, all right, I'll do it. I'm easy, man. You guys tell me what I need to do, I'll do it. JB, I remember all of the guys having to bump Danica just because if they were passing. Yeah, that's one thing I like about NASCAR. It's all the bumping, rub. You rub the back. It's like that's not, that's just part of racing. Some people use the QR code to scam others by having the QR code charge them. You have to be careful scanning Ooh, yeah, all right, man. I gotta be careful, Maybe that's not a good idea for me then, man. I avoid all, I've never been scammed here. Email, text messages, I just delete that. I don't even open it. It's like I get rid of that. I'm super careful, especially here, man. They got all kinds of scams going on here online and on your cell phone now. You know many things. You're I don't know about pretty, man. I don't know about I'm pretty, I don't know about pretty face, and Dazzle will keep you up. Yes, she does. She takes. They were actually talking about fishing yesterday, right, Mom? I thought you guys were gonna go fishing, but we ended up going to the Calibo. Then we ate lunch at Pares Retiro. Saw our friend Ruben there, so we ate lunch with Ruben. And then when we came back from lunch, we all fell asleep. We were all tired because we had a good lunch at Pares. Pares Retiro is like Pares is a dish here in the Philippines, kind of like it's tender beef. I mean, they slow cook this beef. And the one at Pares is actually, they advertised it. They said it's U.S. beef, 100% U.S. beef. They don't give you much. It's like a tiny saucer. They give you like pieces of beef, really tender. And they have it on like a dark gravy, tasty gravy. I mean, it's a different taste from, it's not American gravy like the brown gravy that you usually see, kind of bland taste. This one's got a strong taste, I guess because the seasonings or but it's delicious, So we had Pares, and they serve it with like a big bowl of garlic rice. So it's garlic rice and Pares. So we ate that, and then when we got home, it was funny because we're all headed to take a nap. We all took a nap. It's like every single one of us. Mom and Leanne was taking a nap. Dazzle and I was taking a nap. And I would have taken a long nap most of the afternoon, but the power went out. Right, Mom? The power went out. And then when the power goes out here, it's hot because it's like 90 degrees. And when you don't have AC in the afternoon, it was like, I think the power went out like at 3:30. Man, it got hot. It'll wake you up. There's no way, like in our bedroom upstairs without the AC in the afternoon, it gets too hot. And it woke me up because I started sweating. I was like, what's going on? What happened to the AC? But that's, and it wasn't even a scheduled power outage. It wasn't raining yesterday. It just went out. the power just went out. Maybe because it was so hot yesterday, everybody started turning on their air conditioning, and it couldn't handle all the people using AC yesterday. I don't know, but the power went out, so I was like, man, it's like, and I was having such a nice nap. I was having I was asleep for like 2.5 hours already. I was like, man, I love naps, I love naps. So that was kind of like, it messed me up. And then at sunset, because of all the talk about balut yesterday, right? You guys were talking about balut. So Dazzle said, let's go get balut. So then we did. We went to the plaza, the Numancia Plaza. I think it was around 5:30. That's when the balut vendors, we have our plaza here has got a big sign says Arriba Numancia. And right in front of that, the big sign, they have the vendors come out there at sunset, like the balut vendor, the boiled peanut vendor, the chicharron vendor. Yesterday there was even a small truck full of seedless grapes. So we bought that. We bought a kilo of seedless grapes. It was 200 pesos, so that's about a kilo. So that's about $3.50 for a kilo of seedless grapes. And then Dazzle bought seven balut. 3 for Dazzle, 2 for Mom, and 2 for Liana. Dazzle always has to have extra. she Dazzle don't play fair. I told Dazzle, why didn't you get 3 each? No, she said, I have to have more than Liana. Because she knows when we come home, Liana, the first thing out of Liana's face, I only got 2. That's what Liana said. I only got 2. Dazzle's funny that way. She always wants to outnumber like whatever we buy. She has to have more than Liana, because she knows Liana oh, how come I got less. I think that's the sister thing, right, Mom? That's the sister thing. That's they're always like that. It's the sister. What's that? Oh yeah.
I have 4 and you have 1 only.
Oh, Dazzle even said, Lian, you only get 1. You only get 1. Oh yeah, like yesterday. So while Liana, she was the first to take a nap. So when she was she fell asleep first, right? So Dazzle's went up to Liana and was messing with Liana's eyebrows, right? Dazzle was drawing on Liana's eyebrows. And she also put lipstick on Liana. So it's like when Liana woke up, Ate, you messed up my eyebrow. But they always do that. They always do stuff like that to each other. JB curious. I'm curious about certain things. HD is I'm curious about certain things. Curiosity killed the cat. Where is the best beef you ever ate there in Panay? I would probably say the best beef that I ate back in 2016. That was the last steak I ever ate. I haven't eaten steak ever since 2016 at the Cowboy Cocina in Boracay. The restaurant's gone now. It's not even there anymore. But it used to be in Station 3. Cowboy Cocina was owned by a foreigner. So maybe it was not local beef. I don't know, but it was a steak, legit steak, tender, cooked, medium rare. I like it. It was delicious, but quite expensive even for back then. But my friend from Hawaii, when he was visiting me, he wanted to eat steak, and I told him that's the only place I knew at the time in Boracay that had good steak. I've heard from people that they had good steak, so we ate there. And even back then, the steak that we ate, I remember we paid 1,800 per steak. So I have to say that more likely that's Australian beef or New Zealand beef. It had to be some imported beef, because 1,800 for steak, that's pretty expensive here. It's $30 for a steak. I mean, it came with baked potato and all that, and vegetables, but that's even for Boracay back then, 2016. That's pretty expensive. That's why I gave up steak, because it's hard to find like steak, like good beef here. I can buy beef. We buy beef at Save More, the local beef, and but you have to really cook it long on the slow cooker. We have a slow cooker to make it tender. Sometimes I get like at Save More, they have this breakfast beef, like you can make it into tapa, really thin slice of beef. Save More has it, like it says there, breakfast beef. They have it in the styrofoam and then plastic on it. So I would buy that sometimes, and we marinate it. We have a recipe for tapa recipe, and we'll marinate it and make tapa, like for tapsilog. Tapsilog's very popular here. Tapsilog is like tapa, garlic rice, and a sunny side up egg. That's a very common. That's probably the most popular breakfast dish in the Philippines is tapsilog, and we do that. We make it at home. I'll buy that beef, that beef, breakfast beef. They call it breakfast beef, and I'll make tapa out of that. Too late. I've seen things I wish I could unsee. I think we all have HD. I've seen some things that I wish I could unsee myself. Xfinity finish. Awesome. All right, Brian. I'll have to watch the replay. On YouTube. Haha. HD. Daniel, it will be pretty cool when we are all there, Panay, and run to each other. Oh yeah, I mean, and it's easy for us to have get-togethers, Daniel. Once we're all here, we'll have like a fishing day. We'll have a fishing day at Laolas or something like that, or even like maybe schedule a time, a weekend when we're all in Boracay, something like that. I mean, we'll do stuff. Not hard at all. We can even go on a road trip. We can go on a road trip on a bus. We can ride the series bus, and if there's like many of us, just take the bus together and go to places like all this time in Panay Island. I haven't been to Gigantes Island. I've been wanting to go to Gigantes Island. Couple of times we were scheduled to go but got postponed. Gigantes Island is from Rojas City. It's another hour to Carles, Iloilo, and from Carles, Iloilo, you take boats like island hopping boats, and they'll take you to like Gigantes Island. Gigante means giant island, because it's really not a big island, but what makes it, they call it Gigantes because they have an angle on the island. You're up on the hill and you take a picture, and it makes you look like you're a giant, like you're standing over an island, so that's why it's really cool place, like from the pictures and everything. That's how I've been wanting to go there twice, actually last year twice. Our trip got postponed. One because it rained, and it would have not been a good time to go to Gigantes Island, raining. And then the other time, our friend had to leave sooner back to the US, so we can make. But next year, I'm sure, next summer for sure, I think it'll finally happen that we'll go see Gigantes Island. Cup race tomorrow will be great. Oh, nice. I like that. I like keeping track of the cup race too, Brian, because see who's the leader, who's got a chance at the playoffs. So see who has a chance on the playoffs. Maybe some kwek today for food. Kwek. They're always there. They're always there. The kwek. Over at the Plaza HD, they have the balut, and that's one section. And then there's another section towards the church, because when people leave the church, like tonight, like in the later on, like at sunset tonight, when church is over, they got food vendors there. They have kwek, fish ball. Leanna likes the chicken skin. Yeah. They'll have banana Q, kamote, banana Q, plantain, the plantain banana, and then kamote Q. They got a lot of stuff there now. Ice cream, dirty ice cream. There's a dirty. I mean, because they know, like Usually 6 p.m. 6 p.m. is when people come out of the local church here. So there's like food vendors there that they take advantage of that they're out there for the. And our plaza is always nice to hang out during sunset anyway. They got benches there. There's people playing basketball. There's people skateboarding now. A lot of stuff, a lot of activity happening in our plaza. There's a playground there for kids. So lots to see in our little town plaza. But the food, you're right. It's your food. That's what people like. It's like eating food at sunset. It's almost like a late merienda because that's almost dinner. It's like 5:36. That's already dinner for me. Who is your favorite UFC fighter? I'm not really big on UFC either. It's like I've watched it. I've seen like what's the Russian Khabib, the guy that's good at grappling. I've watched him. I watched him win. Uh, but I'm not a big UFC fighter fan. At one time, I really, everybody watches Manny Pacquiao here, so I was big even when I was in the U.S. before I came here in 2011. I watched, when I lived in Tucson, I watched all, from Barrera, when Pacquiao beat Barrera, then it was Morales, and then Marquez, so I kept track of Pacquiao, that was his prime. That was like the late 2008, 2000. I mean, he just had an awesome run there. He was like beating everybody. James, all right. Good morning. Good morning, James and Karen from James and Karen's Adventure. Good morning. Good morning. I saw you. I saw that sinabaw that you ate last night. We were watching. Dazzle was watching the live stream when Nanay was cooking the pork, and then you added that. You were soaking the taro, and then you added it to the sinabawan. We'll have to cook that, Mom. They cooked like Nanay cooked. She cooked pork. She put pork, and then it's like a soup, like sinabawan, and then sabaw, yeah, and then she put a lot of taro. Yeah, gabi. I like that too. Usually James, when we eat taro, I love taro, man, but I like it in sinigang. Sinigang is that sour soup, like tamarind soup. Sinigang sa gabi. Yeah, that's why, because I like that soup that has a little tamarind on it. It's like a little bite to it. But I could see that, man. I would love that. What Nanay cooked you last night. It's perfect. Those kind of food are like perfect for me when it's like rainy, when it's like cold, rainy here. I love soup here when it's like raining. UFC last night was great. All right, Brian. Yeah, I just don't get to watch a lot of sports like I used to in the US. When I was in the US, you had your cable TV and sports was always on. So heck, I was watching golf, and I don't even play golf. I was even watching golf back then. I don't even play golf, but here we just don't see it. There's not I don't have cable TV. That's the one thing. I don't have cable TV. I don't have any subscription to like streaming services or anything. All I do is I watch YouTube. It's like I watch replays of sporting events, like the UFC fight last night. I'll look it up on YouTube today, and I'll watch it on TV today. And NASCAR, the Infinity, I'll watch that today. But all I watch is like replays. I don't get to watch it live. Not a big deal to me anymore, like watching live sports, because if I don't know the results, it's live to me. I just don't look up the results, and then when I watch it, like NASCAR, like Expat was telling me about NASCAR today, when I watch the replay, I don't know who won, and I like the whole dynamic on the pit stop and all that. It's like so. It's not like I just make sure I don't go to ESPN and find out the results, when I watch these. Like even the UFC, the replay from last night. If I watch it, I don't know who won. Sounds delicious, JB. Maybe with isaw on the side. Maybe with isaw on the side. Oh, quake, quake, and kikiam. Yeah, I've had I've had all of them, of course, JB. It's like I like quake, quake, kikiam. I like all that stuff with the spicy vinegar sauce. That spicy. It's got like red onions on it, like chunks of red onions and pepper. Like I actually like the sile, the red sile. I actually like eating that. I can handle the heat and great snacks. Great snacks. Yeah, now that you mention it, HD, we might go back this evening at sunset. We might go at sunset to the plaza again. Because we also like taking our dogs there. We take our dogs to the plaza. You're allowed to bring your dog there. As long as you pick, you get a poopy bag, Sounds delicious, Jay. Maybe with isaw. Isaw. At the plaza, I noticed they don't sell isaw because the isaw here usually it's separate. There's like by the sari-sari store usually is they'll have isaw, they'll have all kinds of different parts, ear, the intestine, different types of intestine, not just chicken intestine, pork intestine, the ear, and then regular pork, Usually what they do here is they'll chop up like a banana, the trunk of the banana. They use it like, because they put the sticks on it, the uncooked meat, whatever meat it is. It's that way they can display it. They poke it on the banana trunk, and then it's like on display. They put plastic over it, and you just point. I want two of these. They even put me. I even like the longanisa. The longanisa. They start barbecuing that too. Longanisa, like the round sausage, the Filipino sausage. They'll put it on a stick and they'll grill it at night too. That's everywhere here. There's even a lady, Ate Bikbit. She's right there, near our house here. She does barbecue at night. And then Gia, another one across the street. They do in front of their house. They'll barbecue and they'll sell you like barbecue sticks at night, like 10 pesos each for a barbecue stick. So you can get 5 sticks for like $1, so sometimes that's our dinner sometimes, because like we don't want to cook, so we'll just get barbecue and then we'll just cook like a veggie dish, like we'll cook like adobong kangkong or a sitaw, and that's a dinner, that's a quick dinner for us. Vegas Will, balut one. Oh, thank you, Vegas Will. Thank you for the super chat. Balut one. Oh yeah, they eat a lot of balut. The balut was 25 pesos each. So 7 balut was 175. So that's about $3. $3 for 7 balut. And I know Liana could eat more than 2, right, Mom? She could eat. I know Dazzle easily can eat 3 balut. And Liana, I know, could easily eat 3. Maybe even 4.
Even 5 pieces.
Even 5 pieces? 5 pieces of balut?
Maliit na kasi yung balut.
Oh, it's just a small balut. It's not a big balut. Yeah, and it was Dazzle made sure that the balut was 16 days.
Yes. Sir.
Yeah, 16 days. Because they sell the balut here like 16-day balut, 17 days balut, and 18 days balut. So 16 is like the embryo on it. It's not developed as developed. By 18, man, there's like a little duck in there ready to come out. There's a little duck in there ready to come out. Mom was like complaining because Dazzle didn't get like the little packet of the vinegar. It comes to like the spicy vinegar. Dazzle forgot to ask because Dazzle don't use that. Dazzle just puts rock salt on her balut. That's why she didn't ask. Next time when we buy, I'll remind them to give us that, because Mom likes it with the vinegar. She likes it with the vinegar. JK, hello. How's your flat? Oh, yeah. James and Karen. You want them to have their daily dose. You want a daily dose of balut. Oh, they can eat it daily. Trust me, HD. They can eat it daily if I let them. If I like, as long as I take. A lot of times, the only reason they don't get it is because it rains. In the evening time at sunset. That's when it usually like rains here. Hi, James and Karen from JP. I haven't seen them do proper beef cuts at the Calibo Wet Market. It would be great to see some New York cuts or no, yeah, I've never seen them do proper cuts like that. HD. You would have to go to there's a new place, SM Cherry. SM Cherry is a grocery, and they do that. They do those cuts because I've seen it. It says their sirloin cut. I'll have to look next time if they have New York cut, but I do know they do. They do the sirloin cut, and then the breakfast, the beef breakfast I was talking about, the tapa, the thin slices of tapa. They do that at the SM Cherry. JP Manalang have a balut day. It's not even just one vendor at the plaza. The plaza at nighttime, they start around 5 p.m. Right at sunset. I would say there's like at least five balut vendors. There's one lady that is our Dazzle's favorite, where she gets the balut. She always smiles at Dazzle because she knows Dazzle will buy a lot of balut when we go there. We are Suki. We are her Suki. Suki is like a regular customer. Hey, Edgar, I made it. All right, glad you made it. Edgar. Thank you for joining the live stream. Gunslinger girl. Hey, my goal is to save 4 million pesos in 3 years here in Canada and then move to the Philippines. All right, 4 million pesos. So that's American wise, that's about 72,000 US dollars. Hey man, that's plenty of money here. Yeah, you can start a life here in the Philippines with that kind of money. Depending on your age, gunslinger girl, a lot of people I know now come to the Philippines and are digital nomads. If you can get a job in Canada that you can work here, like I know my friend Ivan does it. Ivan's in his early 40s and he came from Canada and he lives in Iloilo City now, and he's a digital nomad. So it can be done. I mean, I know a lot of people. The Philippines has become like 2-2 now, Brian. Brian said 2-2. Brian says 2-2 is the score. There are a lot of digital nomads here, and actually, not a couple of months ago, they are actually encouraging digital nomads to come here. There's actually a visa specific to digital nomads. My other friend Jamal, he's in Dumaguete City. He works online also. He sells timeshares online. And before he used to live in Hawaii, and he told me in Hawaii his rent for his apartment was over $2,000. Now he's in Dumaguete and his rent is like less than 300. He went from renting $2,000 a month to less than $300 a month, and he lives in a nice apartment in Dumaguete. They got a swimming pool. They're always like partying and drinking in the swimming pool, so it can be done. You don't have. I always tell people it's better if you have some type of pension, some type of regular income that comes in. But if you're young and you want to try the Philippines, if you have a job online, I know many people that do it here in the Philippines. I see it being successful at doing it, because you're not paying for high rent, like in places like US or Canada or Hawaii. You're living here in the Philippines at a nice condo or a nice apartment, fully furnished, swimming pool, gym, at around $300, so that's why many people are doing it. And then with the number of expats here now in the Philippines and growing, it's almost like you're not really away from your country, like from a developed country, especially if you go to places like BGC, Cebu City, Iloilo City, Bacolod City. The cities, if you go to the cities, to me, it's just like living in the United States, or Canada. Oh, nice, JP. We just ate there, JP. We just went to on Dazzle's birthday. Actually, that evening was Dazzle's birthday. Lunchtime, we went to the seawall. We went to Tambak. It's called Tambak, Barangay Tambak, the seawall. There's John and Nelfa is our favorite place to eat there. But Hayaha is right next door to John and Elfa. But several oyster, talabahan is what they call it, oyster houses in New Washington. Yeah, 30 pesos, JP, 30 pesos, 50 US cents for 1 kilo of fresh oysters, fresh talaba. And they're good size. The talaba here, when they open it, it's like sometimes the talaba is almost the size of my hand. Yeah, I mean, it's a big oyster, big oysters. Really famous. New Washington oysters are famous in whole of Panay Island. They export. They send it to the different provinces. Boracay, that 30 pesos a kilo in New Washington. If you go to Boracay, you end up paying for like 12 oysters that they'll open it, ready to eat, like they'll display it on ice. Man, you're paying like 400 or 500 for it in Boracay. But because, shipping it there, and it's a tourist spot. So, but the place to eat for seafood is New Washington, Aklan. Driving, Edgar, driving. Gosling, that should be enough for the new SRRV requirement they have. About 70K US dollars. Yeah, yesterday we talked a little bit about that HD, but for me, man, it's like I said before, my recommendation for people always is just come here on a tourist visa. Don't spend all that money on SRRV and that deposit that you keep in the bank that you can't touch. Things like, to me, just come here on a tourist visa. It averages out like $50 a month for a year. You can stay up to 3 years, but it averages out to where if you stay here 12 months on a tourist visa with all the monthly fees and all that, it averages about $600 US dollars for the year. So that's about $50 a month. So you can just make that part of your budget, like, right? Just $50 a month. At least try it out for a year if you're gonna like the Philippines, because if you apply for the SRRV, the time consumed filing it, the paperwork, they charge you over $1,000. I think Daniel was saying it's close to $1,500 just to apply for the thing. You end up spending money just to get that SRRV, and then what happens in less than a year? You don't like it. You don't like the Philippines, and you end up leaving. So that's a lot of money to be like investing in the Philippines before you even know that you like it. Because like yesterday I was talking to you guys about Jack, my friend Jack. He stayed there 6 months and he didn't like the Philippines. It's like he tried Boracay for 4 months, 1 month in Iloilo, 1 month in Cebu, and he didn't like it. So now he's in Thailand. So he's been in Thailand 2 years and he loves Thailand. So at least he didn't invest on that SRRV, went through the process. And believe me, if you got to process anything here in the Philippines, with the government, that Philippine Retirement, PRA, Retirement Authority, it's a pain. Nothing here gets a process easy. The only way it might get processed easy if you hire somebody like an agency to run the process for you, but they come with a fee. That's another thing. It's like, yeah, it's gonna cost you. If you do not want to do the legwork yourself here in the Philippines, you don't want to go to the immigration office, the Philippine Retirement Authority office yourself, you can do that. You can hire an agency to process the paperwork for you, but you gotta have the money. You gotta have the money to do it. Most people, we come here in a retirement budget. You're trying to budget. You're trying to stretch your dollars here. So that's why we do our own. We do our own processing. Good goal, gunslinger girl. Yes, I mean that's an awesome goal. You know, it's like, and you're not the only one, gunslinger girl. People have contacted me. I've talked to Canadians. I've talked. There must be something going on in Canada because I noticed that the ones that are contacting me from Canada, these guys are in their 30s, 40s. They're young, you know. They don't have pensions, and they're contacting me. They're saying, "I'm putting away. I'm saving money. This is what I'll have. Will this be enough?" And I try to explain to them, you know, like what they'll run into when they get here. Just trying to help them out, you know, because like you don't want somebody coming here in the Philippines and like nobody's helping them and they struggle, you know. To me, you know, it's like I just want to help people out. I just want to help, you know, make their transition here easier. We're in the Philippines. You planning, gunslinger girl. Expat. Have a great day, Ginno. Catch you later. All right, thank you, Brian. Thank you, Brian. Expat. Thank you so much. What's for breakfast, Mom? Madonna. She already ate a couple of pandesal, so that's our breakfast. The malunggay pandesal. She's already ate a couple. I'm on my third one. The one I dipped on my my coffee was my third pandesal. I usually eat like 3 pandesal in the morning because they're good size. The 5 peso ones are pretty good size. They're not a tiny pandesal. Now I'm drinking my Baita Coco. I always keep this in our house. I never run out of this. These are like, I buy these 1 liter, 119 pesos. So $2 for this. It keeps me hydrated. Hydration is very important to me because of my creatinine level. When I went through chemo treatments, it affected my kidneys. So they're good now. I'm within the range, high, low. I'm like right in the middle. But I want to make sure. I stay there. So I'm always hydrating with coconut water. Better than water, I think, just because of the electrolytes, you know. But I still drink water. But I mix water, and then I drink Vita Coco. Calibo, Aklan, close to Ginno. The new SRRV costs $70 US. No, there's several categories depending on your age. The only difference that I saw when I watched Filipina P has a video. She had a guess. The only difference is right now the SSRV is for 50 years older and above. But now you have an option. It's called the extended SRRV. If you're 40, you can apply for SRRV. But like I said, you know, to me, you know, unless you're 100% sure that the Philippines is going to be your permanent place to stay, I would not go the SRRV route. Just go tourist route. I know people here in the Philippines that's been a tourist here for 8 years. I got friends in Boracay that's been here like 7-8 years and they're on a tourist visa. You can stay here in the Philippines as long as you want on a tourist visa. The max is 3, then you have to exit. After 3 years, you have to exit. And what exit means is you can just get a round trip ticket from Caticlan, go to Taipei, go to Taiwan, really close, not even 45-minute flight. Go to Taipei, stay 1 night there, come back, and your 3 years starts again. It's called a visa run. They call it visa run here. A lot of expats here know about the visa run. But to me, that would be the way. If I was here, coming here, and I wasn't sure yet whether Philippines was going to be my permanent home, I would have definitely just used a tourist visa. See you later, cowboy. See you later, cowboy. Ask Nanay if she knows takway dish. Takway. Takway. You know takway? What is it? Ugat. Ugat. All right.
Yung taro is yung
Laman,
laman.
yeah. All right. See, Nanay knows it. I mean, Mom knows everything. You know, she's a local. She's Aklana. Grew up in Caticlan. Oh yeah. Oh, she said she's expert. She said she's an expert cooking it. I guess it's the vein. It's the vein of the taro, not the taro itself, but the vein. I never even heard of takwai, man. Mom is like, she's like, she got plants now. She got pepper. She got all kinds of. She's planting tomatoes. She got ginger. She's got a little garden going here. And then the other day she came in. There's stuff that grows out here on the empty lots, like it looks like I guess a form of spinach. I mean, she just went out there on the empty lot and she just picked it and she put it on our meal. You know, so I was like, hey man, if they're eating it, I'm eating it. You know, I love vegetables anyway. I can eat any vegetables. That I am. I'm a big anything gabi, anything like. The water spinach, kangkong, eggplant. I mean, you throw me I can almost be a vegan. You know, I can almost be a vegetarian because I can eat vegetables. Give me some langka, like the langka dish here, mongo, man. Give me that and rice, and I'm good, man. I'm a happy man with that. That's what I eat mostly now. I love it. I love it how they cook it here. Like James was saying, you could tell. James was telling me last night when he was waiting for Nanay to cook the sinabawan taro and pork. They just make stuff here that are like, from the natural, like that for stuff that they pick. It doesn't have to go, you don't have to even go to the malunggay, malunggay is everywhere here in our subdivision. That Dazzle mom, they can just go to a tree and they pick the malunggay, And that's the thing. There's a lot of, vegetable dishes here that don't cost that much money, even if you go to the public market and get the ingredients. That's why Filipinos can afford it here. It's not like, but you have to learn how to eat Filipino food. It's like, I understand not everybody can eat that. I know some expats, they prefer Western style food. But now JB, now I'm gonna have mom make a takwai because I know I like it. It's like I have not eaten a vegetable dish here that I didn't like. It's like anything that mom cooks like vegetable dish I've liked. SRB 50K USD. That's 4 million. That 4 million pesos is about 70 USD. How cold is cold in Panay? It never gets cold here, JP. When I say cold, the word for me is cool. Cool. See, it's not cold. I'm always in board shorts and t-shirts here. I've never had to wear a jacket here. When I say cool, maybe 75 degrees Fahrenheit. It's like I'm always in shorts and flip-flops here. And the only time I feel that cool air is like in the morning, like at 5:30 a.m. I will feel the cool air. In the evening, no. In the evening, even at sunset, even when the sun goes down, it takes a while. It'll be midnight before it cools off here. This is like Aklan and Panay Island. This is island living. This is like it is hot here. It is hot hot and humid. It's the normal, like yesterday, we're in the rainy season now, right? We got like over 90 degrees yesterday. So man, it is hot. It was hot yesterday, man. I had my hat, I had my sunscreen, Dazzle had the umbrella, but it was just hot walking, just from the parking lot of City Mall, Calibo, just to get into the building. You can feel the heat. You can feel the heat, man. Sounds like good plan, Gunslinger. I'm most likely going to marry my girlfriend and get a marriage visa before getting SRRB. All right, if your girlfriend's Filipina and you're getting married, so the 13A will work for you. A lot cheaper than the SRRB. My friend Ray, that's what he's got. He showed me his 13A married to a Filipina card. SRRB is probably one of the higher price option of staying to the Philippines. If you got money, I mean, if you got a lot of money, that's not an issue. I know people, that's why they get SRRVs. They got money, you know. So, but if you're budget conscious, you're trying to watch your money. There's other visas here that you can. I would just go tourist visa. Check out Filipina P's latest vlog. She goes into detail. Yes, that she goes in with the lawyer about all the info about changes. And like I said, it's not just like, to me, it's not just like you got the details on the SRV, but the process that would, you know, anytime you have to go deal with the government agency here, Bureau of Immigration, Philippine Retirement Authority, anytime you got to deal with them, it's a lot of work. It's a lot of work because you'll go, they'll have a list of requirements for you to assemble. You think you got all the documents. You show up there and they say, oh, your birth certificate is not, it doesn't have the seal, it doesn't have PSA. They'll find something with your paperwork and they'll, you got to get that before you come back. It's going to be like going there and waiting at the office, you know, standing in line, you know. It's a lot of work. It's a lot of work to get SRRV. I know the people that have done it, and they said, man, you know, I wish I just hired somebody to do this. If you hire an agency, then it's easy because the agency will get your paperwork. They know what they're doing, but you pay him. But you pay them. You know, they don't come cheap, you know, because that's their business. The travel agency, the SRRV agencies that help you with it. But if you do it on your own, I know the people that have done it on their own, it's a lot of work. It's a lot of work. And then you're not sure whether you're doing it right or if you have all the documents. And sometimes you think you have all the documents and you show up there and you don't. And, you know, the office is in Manila, you know, so if you're not living in Manila, if you're living out in the province, that's a flight to Manila, you know, then you got to come back. Then you got to fly, you know, it's, to me, it's like, yeah, I know there is no divorce. No divorce in the Philippines. Yeah. And, you know, they always like say, you know, that divorce is, you know, they have law that they're trying to push. I don't think it'll ever happen here. The Philippines is too religious of a country. The Catholic religion is strong here in the Philippines. I would be surprised if divorce gets approved in the Philippines in my lifetime. Can I get a one-day balut? One-day balut. That's probably not even a balut, JP. But that's just like a regular egg. Yeah, this is a regular. The embryo hasn't developed yet at one day. In the Philippines, a balut a day keeps the witch doctor. You know what? I have not seen. I've heard that they still have witch doctors here, but I know in like the remote provinces they still have witch doctors. They have to because, you know, some of the remote areas here doesn't have hospitals, so I'm sure they still have the witch doctor, the albulario. I think that's what they call them, right? HD albulario. You know, they try to heal you with like leaves and stuff like that. They start putting leaves on your face, on your neck, on your body. You know, they got all these roots and leaves that they use boiled. They make you drink like boiled leaves. You know, it's like, I've never went to it. I've only seen it. I've only seen it in the movies and documentary. Yeah. Oh, Penoy. Now, that'd be a good start for JP, Penoy. Penoy is like balut, but it's just like an egg to me. I've had Penoy. That's just like eating an egg. Mom just got finished watering her plants. You got a lot of vegetable plants now there, Mom. She keeps adding to her garden. She has all these clay pots, and then some like she made a pot out of like the plastic water container. She cut it and she put soil on it, and then she planted like tomatoes on it. It's growing too, you know. It's like I saw we have sili now, like the pepper, the red pepper. We have like actual peppers now that I can just get there and I don't have to get them at the market anymore. What's talbos? Oh, talbos the kamote, the leaves
The
of the
leaves.
kamote.
Yeah.
Yeah, so mom has it's called talbos ng kamote. It's the leaves of the sweet potato.
Yes.
Yeah, the leaves of the sweet potato, because we eat that. We eat the actual leaves of the sweet potato. She's got a lot of things going on out in our yard now. A lot of stuff that we can eat. It's like I like that. I like that. I am going to try balut at least once. Hey, Daniel, more power to you, Daniel. You can go with the Dazzle and them, and they'll teach you how to eat the balut properly. Skating Geezer, my good friend in Ormoc. Good morning, Ginno. I got to get ready for church. All right. Have a good day at church, my friend. Wanna arrive a little early to get a good seat. All right. Under the fan. I know, right? Under the fan. I know they don't have air conditioning at the churches here, especially in the province. It's all, you're lucky if there's a fan, right? You're lucky. I mean, it's all open air. And usually the fans are so old that some of them don't work, unfortunately. Eat balut. Go to the doctor. You mean HD? Go to the doctor. Eat a balut. Go to the... I'm only 29. Gunslinger. All right. I mean, that's what I'm saying, gunslinger. I know there's younger people have reached, and if you want to reach out to me, just to get information on our videos, my contact information is on the description of the video, my email, my WhatsApp. I can guide you. I know you're young, you're 29, but I know they're coming here. There's like Canadians, Americans that's here in their 30s, 40s, like I said, digital nomads most of the time, because don't come here thinking you'll find work here. There's no such thing. There's no work here for a foreigner, especially if you come here on a tourist visa. You're not supposed to work anyway. You would have to be a digital nomad. You would have to be have a company you work for in Canada before you get here. Is it possible to find a decent apartment with a balcony, walking distance? With a balcony? Oh, plenty of decent Boracay Beach. I mean, there's apartments like on Bulabog Beach, the back beach. There's apartments that from your balcony you can see the ocean. I think I did a film on it. I think I did a video on Bulabog. What is Seven Stones? Seven Stones is one of them. My friend Gray stayed there. Nice 1-bedroom kitchen, balcony. From his balcony, he could see the beach. He could see the ocean. I mean, there's plenty. Over in Bulabog, a lot of the apartments, they did that on purpose. They did it where their balcony, the front of the apartment is facing the ocean, so you can see the beach. And it's not just Seven Stones. There's other apartments right beside Seven Stones. I mean, it's not cheap. It's not cheap. You'll have to pay the price. More likely, a 1-bedroom there on Bulabog Beach, right on the beach. I would say minimum of $700 a month. If you want cheaper, you won't be on Front Beach. You have to walk, maybe a 5-minute walk away from the beach. It gets cheaper. Like my friend that lives at New Coast. He's got a balcony. His balcony, he can see the ocean and he can see a golf course. Where Boracay New Coast. My friend Ray, I showed that video on my Boracay. I have a playlist on Dazzle TV. I got like over 100 videos there of Boracay. So I know I've filmed apartments. I've filmed the beach. I've filmed different areas of Boracay, Diniwid, New Coast, Tambisaan. So check out my videos, my playlist on Boracay Island. And if you need help finding an apartment, contact me. Again, my contact information is on the description on all our videos. That way you can tell me exactly what you're looking for. 1-bedroom, 2-bedroom, furnished, unfurnished, how much distance to the beach. You know, I've been around Boracay Islands for like 14 years. I lived there for 18 months. I have many friends in Boracay. I got good contacts in Boracay. I got people renting their places there. That's why I can help you. I can help you. If it's Boracay, if it's Calibo, if it's Numancia, if you're looking for housing, I can help you. I've been here long enough to. I have contacts here that that I know I can deal with, that I can trust. Because I've had landlords here before that I don't recommend them anymore just because the transaction with them was not smooth, because I checked an apartment with them. I thought I got a deal. Then the guy comes in and then, they're telling the person another deal. So, when I experienced that, I just move on from that landlord, But now I have pretty much good contacts where even in Iloilo City, I have a good contact that I trust. Her name's actually Faith, of all names, right? Faith. And she's my contact in Iloilo City. She takes good care of expats that move to Iloilo City that I recommend because I trust her, Like anything else in the world, it's like not everybody's equal. Some people just don't know how to deal with people. For me, it's like, I've dealt with landlords before where I'm like, where I help people, and I'm trying to like, that they weren't upfront and the deal fell through. Because to me, it's like I'm helping them, right? The landlord, because like if a deal goes through and the tenant is happy, I'm not getting any money. I'm not getting money from the people I help. I'm not getting money from the landlord. It's just that I want to be a smooth transaction. Then I can use you again, right? I can use the landlord again. I can recommend that landlord again. Like my friend in Diniwid, the place where Dazzle and I stay. Nene, her name's Nene, Rosalie. I always recommend her Airbnb, her apartments, because she's a good person. She'll take care of you. If you decide to live in Boracay and you stay at the RAV residence, Nene is so nice. I mean, she's not a regular landlord. She's not all about the money. She got money. She just likes to treat her guests nice. She'll like do extra things for you. Like, very nice lady, and I like dealing with that. But again, it's like anything else in the world. Not everybody knows how to like deal with people. Unfortunately, some people get like, I guess, blinded with money. They want to get the most money out of the tenant. To me, it's like, then I would not recommend it. I think they'll lose business that way. When they do that. Like me right now in Calibo. If you come to Calibo, I will always recommend La Casa Española Apartments, the Apartel, because the owner, Filipina is the owner, her husband Nathaniel, the manager's Nathan, they are so nice. They go above and beyond for the tenant. I mean, it's like if you move in there, you got a person that if something breaks in the apartment, they'll give you a new refrigerator. They're quick. To me, that's important. I would not recommend an apartment or anything like that just to you guys, and then it's crappy. That goes back on me, man. Ginno, you told me about this place and it's crappy. I don't want that to come back to me. Sergeant USA, kudos to you, sir. All right. For about $500. Okay, for about plenty. I mean, 500. That's close to 30,000. I mean, you can get a nice apartment for that in Boracay. Yeah, that's easy, man. That's easy. For that budget, one bedroom furnished, we can get you an apartment for $500 a month in Boracay. Balut is almost a rite of passage. I'm not gonna be passing that passage, JB. I'm not gonna eat that embryo, man. And I'm like, I'm not a balut fan. Yes, that could be true. I was so albulario. That's what I was trying to. Sometimes HD, I don't hear these words anymore, and my memory is not the best now, so I don't remember a lot of things now. So. I will eat balut once, so the locals can laugh. The locals can laugh. And they will, the locals will laugh. If they see you cracking a balut like in front of the locals, even the vendor will probably laugh if you eat one. You also gotta try tamilok. It's called woodworm, but it's a mollusk, shellfish. It tastes a lot like oyster and some seawater. I have not tried that. I've seen it. I've seen it HD by that mangroves. By the mangroves, they serve you that tamilok, saltwater clams without a shell. I'm allergic to shellfish now, so I'm not gonna be. I'm allergic to most of that stuff now, so I won't be able to eat it. I thought we were friends. Edgar says, I thought we were friends, HD. Oh man, Edgar, there's so many things here that a lot of delicacies here that you'll be challenged to eat. You'll be challenged to eat. That's why I think once you eat balut, that's enough. Once you eat balut, you're good, man. You got your Filipino card or Filipino badge once you eat a balut. We are close. It's something that will bring us closer. Hey, Mom Janet. Mom Janet, hello. Hey, hello, Mom Janet. Nice to see you. Nice to see you on the live stream. Michael C. Hey, my good friend in Trece Martires. Hope you're having a good weather now. I mean, here it's like sunny. Like you can see, it's like the sun is bright here. Yesterday was in the 90s. Michael, no rain the past 2 days here. Good morning, bro. Enjoying your life as always with my Kopiko and my Skyflakes. All right, Skyflakes in the Philippines is like saltine crackers. That's what Michael is having, and he's got one of these cups. I gave Michael one of these cups, so he's one of the proud owners of the Coffee with Ginno cup. And he drinks Kopiko Blanca. He drinks the same 3-in-1 coffee. My good friend Michael in Trece Martires. Hey JP from Mom Janet. Hey Sergeant Salute. Daniel. Love your lives. All right. Trophy content. All right, Mike. Ginno. Agree. I evolved partial. Yeah, well, for me, like I'm the same way, Mom Jen. I kind of evolved to it. I've always liked salad. I was a big salad eater in the U.S. Like a garden salad, any type of salad, spinach. I mean, I like fresh salad. The problem here in the Philippines, it's not it's not common. It's not common here, like the fresh garden salad. It's hard to find it. Even in Calibo, I can get it at the Cafe Argon. They have a good salad. They're big bowl of salad. But it's not a common thing here in the Philippines. But I guess because for the restaurants, it's not profitable. It's hard for them to keep like a fresh garden salad. And then, not many Filipinos eat it. Filipinos aren't big on fresh garden salad. And that's why I miss it, Any opportunity I can eat fresh garden salad, I do. Like when I go to SNR, Cafe Argon. When I'm in Boracay, I always get a fresh garden. But so that's why I kind of evolved to like eating all the Filipino vegetable dishes. Filipino vegetable dishes, they like to cook their vegetables here. I cannot think of a Filipino vegetable dish that's not cooked. Maybe the closest thing is like the poke-poke that I like, but that's still cooked. They boil an eggplant, they mush the eggplant, and they put tomatoes and red onions on it. It's called poke-poke, Ilocano dish. I love it. I make it all the time, but most of the Filipino vegetable dishes are all cooked. Like very popular here is the one with squash, Mom?
Yes.
Squash, eggplant, string beans. What is that called? Like pinakbit. Pinakbit. Pinakbit is like one of the most popular Filipino vegetable dish. It's got like a bitter melon eggplant, string beans, squash. You cannot go to a restaurant, Filipino restaurant, and not have pinakbet. There. It's a common dish, pinakbet at Filipino restaurant and at karinderya. It's a very common dish. Another is mongo like the ginisang mongo. Again, cooked. It's mongo beans with like they'll put like leaves in there. They're like malunggay leaves. They'll put like the talbos, that
Ampalaya lips.
yeah, like any kind of leaves they throw in the mongo, but it's cooked. Like that's one thing I noticed. Most of your Filipino vegetable dishes are cooked. They're delicious. I mean, that's why I say, man, give me a bowl of cooked Filipino vegetable with rice, and I'll be eating. I'll be eating a lot. With that combination. Health issues seem to make you change. Yes, for sure, right, Mom Janet? Like for me, it's like, having to go through cancer treatments, my diet changed completely. It's like I used to love eating a lot of meat. I don't eat as much meat anymore. More vegetables, more fruit. I don't drink alcohol. Rarely do I, I'll have maybe a sip of wine or a sip of beer, but I don't drink like I used to drink. It just changes. It changes your lifestyle when you go to like some health issues. I love my girlfriends. Oh, that's good, gunslinger girl. That's good. That's good. You're young though, man. For me, you're 29. If you can work as many, just my recommendation for you. If you're 29, if you can work as long as you can, and save all your money, build a nice nest egg before you come here, because it's hard to retire or move to the Philippines if you don't have a pension, like a monthly income that's guaranteed to come every month. You can bring a lot of money here, but if you don't have money coming in every month, it can deplete easy here, because of course, when you get here, you would have to find housing. Things happen, illness, if you get sick, medical bills, things like that. So, but if you can secure a online job from Canada and work here in the Philippines, you would have it made. You can do it here. You don't even have to really bring a lot of money, as long as you have some savings, but you have monthly income from a digital job. You can live okay here. Lucita, hey, my good friend in Maine. I saw your pictures. You went to the border, the Canada border, and then that lake, man, that lake is awesome. Lucita, I love that lake. It's like, looks like it's like perfect weather, this time of year in Maine. Hi, Ginno, good morning. Just now checking in. Ooh, it moved. We just got home from our the Canadian border. I saw the pictures. That's so cool. We had a great time with beautiful places. I know, it's so beautiful. I know that lake where you were like, you shared those photos on Facebook. There's beautiful weather, in the water, man. It's like awesome looking. Michael C, FYI, if you get married in the Philippines and your wife dies or she leaves you, can't stay in the country if you get SRRV and you get married and you can stay. Yes, I think that's why a lot of people choose the SRRV. If something if you come into the Philippines and you marry a Filipina, you're on the 13A, you can stay here. But if something happens to the Filipina, you can lose your 13A status. That's why some people choose the SSRV. And then some people choose the SSRB because they don't want to get married. I know that. It's like there's. I have a friend. I have a friend in Boracay. He's been dating his girl. I mean, he's like in his 60s. His girlfriend's like almost 50. They've been dating for 12 years and they're not getting married. He's like I guess he's just anti-marriage. He says like his relationship works with his girlfriend. He don't want to mess it up. JP, duck egg omelette to start. Ooh, there you go. There you go. A duck egg omelette. Tabasco. You can get Tabasco here at JP. SNR's got I got Tabasco somewhere in our cabinet because a friend of mine actually got it for me, but they do have Tabasco at SNR. HG. Good point, Michael C. Yes, good point. Good point. Can you find tomatoes similar to beef steak tomatoes? If you're talking about the bigger tomato beef steak, if that that usually I see them on like the Whopper burger. I see them, and when I order my burgers at McDonald's, when I like the quarter pounder with cheese, I like that. I always order with lettuce and tomato, and they give me like a big slice of tomato, thick. I like it. I like it that way. If that's the tomato, I'll have to look up what a beefsteak tomato. They have different varieties of tomatoes here. They got cherry tomatoes. They got, I guess, Roma. That Roma tomatoes, and then the bigger ones where you can slice it and it almost can fit like in a hamburger bun. But many kinds of tomatoes here. Very hard. Maybe beefsteak tomatoes in Whole Foods store in Manila. Oh, okay. All right. Thanks, JB. I've just never heard of beefsteak tomatoes. I've never heard of that term. I usually just, like I said, when I moved to the Philippines and I start going to the public market, I just buy what they got. I'm not one of those people like that moved here and I'm like looking for stuff I had in the US, because I know if I did, one, it'll be hard to find. Two, it'll probably be more expensive. I guess because I was in the military and that was kind of like how we were. Like when I lived in Japan, when I lived in Korea, when I go to the market there, half the times I don't recognize the stuff, but I just get it because I know if somebody's eating it, yeah, I'll eat it too, as long as it's not like, gross looking or anything like that. But like vegetables, I'm good, because I know as long as I know they're healthy, and any vegetable I'll eat because if it's healthy for me, I'll eat it. That's why I want the SR just in case Michael C in the Philippines. All right. But you're only 29. So SRRV doesn't apply to you. The earliest you can get the retirement visa is at 40. So you're 11 years away from getting the SRRV. So you're not eligible for that, unfortunately. James tried growing similar to beefsteak and he found it hard. Oh, okay. Maybe it's like I know, like here in our province, one of the hardest thing to grow here from talking to people here is broccoli. When I buy a broccoli here, man, it's mostly like the stem, like really long stem and like a little bulb on top. That's a broccoli here in the province here, because it doesn't grow well here in Aklan province. But I still buy it because I like broccoli and I eat the stem. So it's like, but if you want like, I bet you that beefsteak tomato, I bet you that would grow well in like Baguio City or Tagaytay. Because the broccoli and the cauliflower, if you go to Baguio City, man, they're amazing. They're like giant, giant. The main broccoli there. Anything vegetable in Baguio City, they're like vegetables on steroids. I guess the soil, the climate, But here in our province, I know I've talked to like the vendors that sell it. They say it's just hard to grow broccoli here. That's why it's expensive. You know that that stem, the big long stem of broccoli and the small bulb. I'm paying like 200 for one. You know, it's like $3.50 for one. But I like it. I like to eat broccoli, so I don't mind paying for it. James is trying similar things he did in the US and the Philippines. We're finding out a lot of things that don't work, like chicken breed, certain plants, etc. Oh, good. I mean, you know, it's like trial and error. You know, it's like bummer about the tomatoes. I'm sure I'll find quality tomatoes with vegetable stands everywhere. Oh yeah, yeah. It's like for me, you know, it's like I eat a lot of tomatoes, JP. So the tomatoes I eat here, you know, it's like they're pretty good. You know, it's not. There's just things, JP, that you know, like asparagus. I've not seen asparagus in the Philippines. If you're an asparagus fan, you're not gonna find it here. I've never found cauliflower. I've never, you know, I've never seen it here in our province. I don't know if it even exists in the Philippines. There's just certain things that, you know, like I said, you know, I don't worry about it because I don't see it. You know, I don't see it here. I ate it in the U.S. I figure it ain't here. There's things here that I didn't have in the U.S. is the way I look at it. So I just eat like what they have here. Good to learn from James, as I also want a hobby farm. Ooh, nice, nice, nice. Yeah, mom is having like a little hobby farm here, and she's growing all kinds of vegetables now in our yard. I like it because I eat it. You know, it's like JB. It's why we watch these channels. I prefer learning from the mistakes of others than making them myself. One thing about making yourself is that you remember it better. That's it. Yeah, and for me, that's why HD, when I do a one-to-one with somebody, when they're coming here to the Philippines, you know, they want to move here. I can tell them all the mistakes I've done. You know, or I can guide them. I can just recommend to them. You know, it's always their decision, but I can always recommend to them what I think will work from what I've seen, my own experience, and then the people that came here after me that I've helped, that I communicated. I've learned a lot. You know, it's like that's why I'm able to do the videos and talk about moving to the Philippines, because I've been doing, you know, I did it myself 14 years ago, and the last 3 years I've helped many people move here. Edgar, balut helps you keep up with 30-year-old girls. They're the 30-year-old girls. JB, order me 30 balut. Order me 30 balut. Love stir fry grilled veggies. Oh, you can do that here. That, you know, there's a dish here like chop suey, even chop suey. That you can get chop suey here, pretty common, Daniel. Even at Andox, I like the chop suey at Andox. Here, Andox is a fried chicken place, but they have vegetable dishes like chop suey, and that's like stir fried veggies. And you can grill veggies. You know, it's like that's easy enough. How many balut do I need to keep up with a 40-year-old? I'll be looking for. Once you eat your one balut, you're good, JP. At least you can say, hey, I've tried it, right? I've tried it. JP, 10 Penoy and 5 balut should be fine for a 40-year-old. Hello, Mr. Pring. Hey, all right, Bill IE. I'm a Breaking Bad fan, man. I love Gus Fring, man. In the big picture, losing 3K, 10K, or 20K is far less than 1 or 2 years cost of living surviving in the USA. Yeah. I see your point. I see your point, Daniel. If that doesn't work, I'll have to report you to Denso. If I have to report you to Denso, LOL, JP. SRB offers lots of compared to not having it. Unless you're off the line of no, or thinking you want to live in the USA. I would be happy with big slices tomatoes. Yeah, they got big. You can have big slices of tomatoes there. There is big tomatoes here at JP. Might not be similar to your beefsteak tomato, but there's plenty of good size tomatoes here. Yeah, see, JB is saying slicing tomato you can find. Yep. Yeah, because I eat it. Every time I eat a Whopper in Iloilo City, and every time I go to McDonald's here in Calibo, I always ask for my quarter pounder with cheese with lettuce and tomato. They add like, I think 40 pesos for the lettuce and tomato, but they add lettuce and they top it with like a big slice, thick slice of tomato, just the way I like it. It makes the burger more tastier for me. Ginno, say it again. Life is trial and error. Period. Yes, life is It is. It is trial and error. You know, it's like I'm still learning. You know, I've been here 14 years, and people still teach me things about the Philippines. Things change. You know, it's like that's the one thing you have to be willing to change when you're here. You can't be like, you know, you can't like block your mind to say, well, it's been done this way the 14 years I've been here, but how come they're changing now? Hey, things change, you know, things change here. So even now, you know, it's like I'm learning new things, and I've been here 14 years already. There's no perfect anything. Yes, no perfect, no perfect. You know, it's like there is no perfect place. You know, it's like I think there's people make that mistake. You know, it's like they see so much of the Philippines. You know, they put kind of like the Philippines on a pedestal, like it's like the perfect location, and it's not. You know, I've said this many times. You know, a big adjustment coming from like a developed country to move to developing, coming from a developed, going to a developing country. There's a lot of adjustments. You know, some people, you can watch as many videos as you can, but until you land here in the Philippines and get here to the province, like people say, oh, I want that province life, you know, I want that to meet that province girl, you know, the humble people, the kind people. But until you get here, until you get boots on the ground, there's a lot to like that you won't feel like on the videos. The one thing is the heat. The heat is different here. You know, that's gonna be like that's the biggest thing you'll have to adjust is the heat, the humidity and the heat here. You're gonna sweat. I don't care if you have a hat. I always carry a hat. I always carry an umbrella. Summertime here, you're gonna sweat. Unless you stay in air-conditioned building all day, you know. But if you have to go outside for anything, go to the sari-sari store, get in your car, you're gonna be sweating, you know. I mean, these shirts are probably good. The dry fit shirts. These shirts are good because and you see it, right? Like on some of the videos that I make, or you can see it. Like even in James and Karen's adventures when they're on the motorbike, the shirt that James is wearing, you can tell he's like wet from sweat. You know, like I sweat all the time. You know, sweating is just part of the deal here in the Philippines. That's the one. And then just adjusting, you know, like in the US, you don't see so many stray dogs. Here in the Philippines, if you're a dog lover, and Dazzle and I, we're both dog lovers, it's painful here sometimes to be a dog lover because you want to save all the dogs that's out in the streets, but there's only so much you can do. Like us, we adopted Totoy. Toto was a stray dog, but you can't adopt all the dogs here. There's so many. There's so many stray dogs, stray cats, stray dogs. You know, like I said, if you're an animal lover, if you're a dog lover or a cat lover, it's hard sometimes to be in the Philippines because you just see so many strays here. Ryan AP, hey, shaka Ryan, all right. Ryan AP Hart, thank you. I prefer Ginno's life story, for it inspires my life story. When one becomes high risk, We are more self-reliant and methodical. Gino, oh, thank you, Mom Janet. Oh, what is that? A package.
565. Wala ang baliya.
Oh, no change. No, there's Dazzle. I got 500. You guys got a pack. Here's 500.
Is that 565?
And then here's 100. All right there. They got, it's a delivery. They got a delivery. Mom and Dazzle got a delivery. Here in the Philippines, when you order things like when they order from Lazada or Shopee, the thing that I like about the Philippines, when you order something, you can do COD, cash on delivery. I like that. I like that. You don't need like credit cards or pay in advance. That's why they're looking for exact change now, because the driver doesn't have change. But I like that it's cash on delivery. That way you can check the package. If it's fragile, you can kind of sense if it's like broken inside. Because the one thing about the Philippines, if you do get a package, once you open it, it's almost impossible to like return it. That's the bad thing about the cash on delivery. It's like you would have to ship it to the company and you would have to pay it out of pocket. It's not like in the US when Amazon sends you something and you're not happy with it. Amazon will send you a box and you just put it in a box and Amazon pays for the cost of returning. Here in the Philippines, that don't exist. There's Dazzle. She just woke up. The package guy woke her up. She would have still been sleeping, but the package guy woke her up early. She heard a motorcycle because they deliver here. The Ninja, they're called a Ninja van, but they're not in a van. They're like in a motorbike. It's usually a motorbike that delivers. Thank you, Mom Janet, for the kind words. I appreciate that, Mom Janet. Soy, he is very nice and has a wonderful fly. Ask him, he will tell you. All right, thank you, Mom Janet. Thank you for your comment. All right. Don't spam. Okay, folks, you get a balut and you get a balut and everybody get a balut. Daniel said, you get a balut, everyone gets a balut. I told them about your 7 balut last night, baby.
Yeah.
I actually, Ate that was selling the balut told Dazzle, why not just buy 8? That way it's all 200. That way no more change. Daniel, is that the second shirt for the group? I ate the balut like a Filipino, or I ate balut like a foreigner. I couldn't handle it. The Terminator is here. I will be back. Ginno, it's like you said, as we are older, we learn to go with the flow. Against the flow creates a lot of problems to work through. Yes, like me, it's like I don't worry about the small stuff. And I think I've said that before. To me, everything, if I'm healthy, if I wake up every morning, don't have an illness and I'm healthy, that's I'm happy. The rest of the things that happen day to day, to me, it's just like, it's all minor. It's like the health, I think once you go through like a death situation with the health, it's like, that becomes like your priority. And then you have better appreciation to life because I understand that life can get taken away from you just like that. I mean, one day you could be healthy, one day you're, living a good life. Next thing you know, you're laying in bed in the hospital, fighting for your life, So it can change like that. That's why, you just gotta enjoy the moment, enjoy your loved ones, and live our best life. That's all we can do. It's like live our best life because tomorrow's not guaranteed. None of us is guaranteed tomorrow. I did find 4 packs of Hanes t-shirt on Amazon, $16. Ooh, nice, JP. I'll get some shirts made, JP, so you guys can have an idea of what it'll look like. This week, I'll go to Calibo this week and get some shirts, like a sample shirts. because I can wear the sample shirts. I'll just make it my size and Dazzle size, so we can be the test subjects, for the t-shirts. Birthday girl, 30 years old. Are you retiring? Are you retiring? Babe, Mom Janet is asking, you're 30 now. Are you retiring?
He has been retired since 2016.
She said, Mom Janet, Dazzle says she's been retired. What's your package, babe? Secret. They're trying to be sneaky. I think it might be my birthday gift. It might be my birthday gift. Because I asked them, what's the package? And they didn't want to tell me. Mom and Dazzle didn't want to tell me. So it might be my birthday gift. Ginno, can you give a tour of the house? It looks beautiful. It's really tiny. The house is really tiny. It's just this one room downstairs. Like that's the kind of like the kitchen. Here you go. I'll scan real quick. They're trying to be sneaky. They have a package. They're trying to hide a package for me. The package guy that deliver. They're trying to be sneaky in here. There's our oven. That's the oven that we bought. It's a good size oven. You can fit a whole turkey in that oven. That's kind of like our kitchen. That's a small couch we have. And then the stairs. It's really a tiny room. It's just one room downstairs. And then upstairs is like 2 bedrooms. I actually did a video. Next time I'll post a link of it. And I'll do the link in the Dazzle community page. I'll do that. I'll put a link. I did a tour. It's not much of a tour because it's like our house is like 430 square feet. Tiny. The rooms are super tiny. That's why we're getting like a bunk bed built for Mom and Leanna because their room is so tiny. So the bunk bed, at least Mom can be in the bottom, Leanna can be on top, and they'll have storage underneath the bunk bed. It should be delivered this week. They're gonna assemble. They're building the bunk bed out of mahogany. Mahogany is a good wood here in the Philippines, and the guy that's assembling it, he's assembling it piece by piece. They'll bring it here and then assemble it upstairs in the room. I'm thinking of trying to get a remote cybersecurity job from the Philippines. Oh, all right. Like, like I said, if you can get a job like in Canada, as long as you get a job in Canada where you can work remote, and a lot of people are doing that. A lot of people are working digital nomads. Very popular for a lot of expats. They go to Dumaguete City. I know a lot of people are digital nomads in Dumaguete City area, mostly in the cities because of the internet. They're concerned about the internet. So Cebu City, I know, has a bunch of digital nomads. Dumaguete City, because I know my friend Jamal, that was important to him because he works online, that to have good internet. Mom Janet said, did Dazzle get my gift? I think it's my gift, Mom Janet. They're trying to be sneaky. They don't want me to see the package. Because my birthday is on Friday. I'll be 59 years old on Friday. I now know why you cry. And I know why you cry. Sorry. I seen colored tees, American made at Sam's. Clear. Ooh, that's pretty good price. Hello, Sir Ginno. Where's Leanne? She is still sleeping. Because I actually, she slept like past midnight because they were watching Korean drama. So I know it's too early. It's not even 9 a.m. here. She won't wake up until probably 10 or 11. Powered by Balut t-shirt. Powered by Balut. HD, I don't drink, but I eat the balut with you and the worm. But then we go separate, been drunk and sail that night out. You have to teach me, HD. JP, I'm still looking for moisture wicking t-shirt. Yeah, that would be helpful here, JP. If you can get like That way, because you will sweat. That's one thing. It's like I sweat all the time here. I'm just used to it. I'm just used to it. That's why I don't buy lotion. I don't use lotion because my skin's always moist here. And I don't take hot showers. We don't have hot water in our shower, so I don't get dry skin. I don't get dry skin. Learn well, learn well, my young Padawan. Star Wars. Did Dazzle get my gift? Did Dazzle get my gift? Gino, when's your birthday? Friday, August 1st here in the Philippines. There's Friday. That's my birthday. I'll be 59 years old. Dazzle, hit. Hi. Size don't count. Decor is the beauty, Gino. Yes. We had the inside painted. Dazzle likes this kind of like aqua kind of color. So we had the house painted like I think 3 years ago because it was the paint on the outside of the house was fading. So we paint. Dazzle does a good job, and like the blinds I like. We have these Korean blinds. I really like that she put Korean blinds here. Sneaky, very sneaky, sir. For Mr. Deeds. It's not tiny, it's functional. I'm only 1,200 square feet. That's small in Chicago. I didn't want to be taxed. Oh, I understand. Here, when we got the house, it was just Dazzle and I, so we thought that was plenty of space. But now we got Mom and Leanna. But it's okay. I mean, we make it work. The main thing is we're happy. We're all happy together. It's like you said. It's not the size of the house. It's like we're always having fun. See, they're like giggling. They're laughing and giggling back there. So they're up to something. They're laughing and giggling. So they're up to something. Oh, okay. Sent money for her. You remember? Yes. The money for Dazzle's birthday, we used it. I mean, Mom Janet, yours, I know JP sent, Daniel sent, our friend Gray. We used it at the party, for Dazzle's party. The cost of we had it catered. We rented that nice, it's kind of like what do you call that? We were just gonna rent the karaoke room, but we moved it to their like a banquet room almost. It's really nice. Had the karaoke. That's where we spent the money. Also the catering of the food, the drinks. We serve. People drank alcohol, soda, and water. Michael C. in the Philippines. Me and Rose want to be part of the posse. LOL, long distance. Hey, man, I'll get you a shirt, man. Next time we see each other, Michael, next time if you guys come back to Boracay, I'll have a shirt ready for you. Wicking teas is awesome idea. Fresh aloha. Good morning. I agree. Always be kind to people. I've always said a candle loses nothing when it lights another candle. So every day, make a choice to light. So, yes, that's to me. That's why. I've mentioned it before. It's like for the rest of my life, my goal is just to be good and do good. That's all I want. And it's like if I can help. That's why I'm always I'm happy to help anyone. I'm patient. It's like that's what always tells me because. Some of the people that contact me, of course, I'm sure it's not, they're not all, it's like very demanding sometimes. And I'm very patient. I understand, it's like I lived in the United States for over 30 years. So I understand that. I understand the culture. I understand Americans sometimes are impatient, and that's why I always tell people, bring a lot of patience to the Philippines because in the U.S., you're used to everything being efficient everything being done on time. Everything starts on time. You can customer service because we, good customer service. Here in the Philippines, it's like you have to bring a lot of patience, especially here. Pretty much, you cannot avoid like standing in line. You have to be in line here for a lot of things. Grocery shopping here takes a long time because uh, it just takes a long time. I don't understand it sometimes because they have enough cashiers a lot of times, but they just don't work the cashier line like in the U.S. Like they have the scanning machine, but sometimes it don't work right. They gotta punch the number. Just uh, common to have to stand in line for 30 minutes or longer in the grocery here, like to stand in line. That's just common. You stand at the ATM here. ATM lines here are long. It's like a lot of things. You go to a government agency here, you're gonna be waiting. You're gonna be waiting in a long queue here. Fast food. It's called fast food, but here in the Philippines, if you go to Jollibee here, prepare to wait. It would not be uncommon for you to eat at Jollibee here, get order, stand in line, mind you, stand in line 15, 20 minutes, 30 minutes sometimes in line, get to the line, order it, and then take another 15, 20 minutes to get your order on a fast food, And then a lot of times you get to the front of the line, you're eating at Jollibee and they'll say, oh, we're out of chicken. It's like Jollibee out of chicken. What happened to Chicken Joy? Patience. Bring a lot of patience. Bring a lot of patience to the Philippines. Thanks to JB, my new job will be eating balut and trying to catch 30-year-olds. 30-year-olds. Daniel started this 30-year-olds thing. Ginno, you're missing a lot of the movie codes. I've been sprinkling along the way. I remember you, man. I am a movie buff, HD, but unfortunately, my memory's not the same, man. I think when I went through chemo and radiation, it's like all my functions just not the same. I'm not as sharp anymore. I forget things, simple things that I should know. Maybe it could be aging too because I'll be 59, but I'm not as sharp as I used to be. I used to be very sharp, quick-witted, quick-minded, but going to cancer treatments affected a lot. Not just my mind, but physically. I don't have the endurance anymore. I get tired easy. My kidneys, my liver, everything's like I have to monitor really well because it got affected. Those 12 chemo treatments and 33 radiation, they were brutal, man. They basically poisoned my whole body. Not my mind, everything about me. They basically poisoned it. But I'm alive, so I'm thankful. I'm still alive, man. Happy birthday to a Oh, thank you. Thank you so much, Mom Janet. Appreciate it. Thank you for the gift. Thank you for the gift, Mom Janet. Gift for you, my brother. God bless. Thank you so much. God bless, Mom Janet. Thank you for the early birthday gift to Ginno. Yes. Good AM. And my plan for my birthday, I have this favorite Chinese place in Calibo. It's called Lanang Chinese. I love their fried rice. It's the same fried rice that I eat at when I was in the. When you eat at a buffet, Chinese buffet in the U.S., they have the same type of fried rice. They have the same type of beef and broccoli that I like, and the char siu pork. So that's my meal. If I get that meal, of course, Dazzle and Mom and Leanna will come with me. We'll have a quiet, nice dinner. That would be my birthday dinner. I'm a happy man. I'll be eating a lot of that. I love their food there because it reminds me of eating at a Chinese buffet in America, like American Chinese food. It's like when you eat at that all-you-can-eat American Chinese food in Tucson, in California, in Texas. It's the same fried rice. It's the same beef and broccoli, same char siu pork, same hot and sour soup. They have hot and sour soup. So to me, it's like the best meal for me. Fortune. I'm glad you. I'm over 2 hours, but I'm glad I caught you. I'm glad you caught the end here. Fam, just came from church. I figure you just came home from church, Fortune. But I'm gonna try to finish the live stream because we're over 2 hours now, and I want to find out what they're trying to be sneaky back there. See, they're trying to be sneaky. They're trying to be sneaky on me.
Chloe is our, what they call it, our kakampi.
Oh yeah, Chloe is like, she's joining the mystery, the mystery. Balloon, Balloon looks like a favorite now. Cool, Ginno. You're born on payday. I know, right? I'm born on payday. Ginno, for your birthday, since my 40-year anniversary is Tuesday, we'll be busy. Yes. Happy anniversary, Ma'am Jen. Happy 40th anniversary. Wow, that's amazing.
Happy 40th.
I know why you cry if from Terminator 2. Then he goes into the lava, then gives. Oh yeah, I remember that scene. I remember from Terminator gives a thumbs up. Happy anniversary, Janet. Happy anniversary, Ma'am Janet. Okay, that room was beautiful and well presented. Buffet. Yes, right? Beautiful room. Happy anniversary. Hey, Ginno, is the cafe open all day? Is it only for the residents? The cafe, what I'm seeing, it's not open all day because, there's not enough customers, but it's being done as a function hall. It's like the cafe, a lot of times, the function hall there, meetings, they use it for a meeting. And when they use it for a meeting, like business people here, politicians here, the governor, the mayor, they open the cafe, and they'll serve food. But it's not open like there's a set hours where it's open. It would have to be a function. You would have to, because I guess if you live there, it's I don't think they'll make enough money if they keep a person working there all day, and waiting for residents, But hopefully, because they have plans, they're adding more. Like right now, they have 36 units. They're adding more units. And I talked to Filipina, the owner. They're building an elevator. So there are no elevator right now to get up to the fourth floor, but they're building an elevator. And also they already bought a generator for the whole building. So the generators in Laguna is supposed to get delivered soon, and they'll have generator in the beautiful complex, as you can see. And with the elevator being built and the generator, man, that's gonna be. I don't think you can find a nicer place in Calibo. That's like that's the top. That's the top. That's why I'll always recommend them from now on, because I'm kind of done with like the budget accommodations, because I always get in trouble with either the landlord or either the person I've moved into like the budget places is not happy. I'm kind of learning. Like I said, I'm learning still with YouTube. I'm learning every day. People, when they rent something that's like 8,000 or 7,000 to 8,000 pesos, right? You're renting less than $150, but they're expecting top-notch accommodations for that. They're expecting, a nice refrigerator, nice TV, hot water in the shower. To me, it's like, that's why now I'll just focus on the nice places. Like, in Calibo, I will always recommend La Casa Española because I know it's top-notch. It's American standard. I'm not going to hear from an American saying, man, that place is terrible. It's like same thing at Nucos in Boracay. I will always recommend Nucos because I know they got elevators, they got generators, they got, it's top-notch. I think I'm done recommending like the budget apartments and budget accommodations because somebody always seems to not like it. It's like I said, people come here to the Philippines, they want to be low budget, they want to pay $150 rent, but it's expecting like the 500, $600 accommodation, so, but I think I'll focus on the good ones from now on. Thank you, dear. 40 years married. That's a long time, Mom Janet. What's for dinner? What's for dinner? Thank you, thank you. Like, please help you out. Thank you, Daniel. Edgar, when you are looking for those 30, remember to ask if they have an older friend. An older friend. Fortune, my key, I serve my hubby first, then me, guests, etc. He's 5 years older. And that's the same. That's the same thing with me, Mom Janet. Dazzle's always the priority. Everything else I do, YouTube, my hobbies, different things. My priority is always Dazzle. That's why she's happy. That's why I'm happy. That's why we get along. She knows she's always number one. You're recalling the old America, a huge reason that's a lot extra for living. It's not all that. Okay, all right. Yeah, I haven't been in the U.S. For 14 years, so I'm sure God is good. Yes, God is good. God is good. I can relate to the disappointment of going to Jollibee and their chicken is out of stock. I know, right, Tanya? It's like my friend Joel and I, we went to City Mall, Calibo, the Jollibee. We stood in line, got to the front, and then no chicken. And then my friend Joel said, "What? You mean no joy? I'm not gonna get any joy today." I was like, that was funny. I remember that. I am doing great, Janet. Months away. The months are clicking away quickly. Yes, JP. I'm excited for you, JP. Can't wait to meet you in person. I know we're going to have a good time. Together. Fishing. I'm going to take you and Dazzle fishing. That's going to be top of our priority is fishing. And mom and Dazzle will be your fishing buddies here in Aklan province. Oh, actually, James was talking about another place, right, babe?
Where is that?
The fishing place James was talking about. I think in Batan. Batan. Yeah, I think in Batan. That's not far from us. Batan is not very,
Wow.
So we'll have another fishing spot. James is like scoping it out for us.
Oh, nice, Daddy.
We all will work together as each other's wingman. All right. That's cool, Edgar. My good friend Gray already told me I'm the worst wingman ever. Remember that, babe? Because I told Gray, how can I be a good wingman? I haven't dated in so long. I don't understand like the dating thing now. But we were in Boracay together. Dazzle, me, and Gray, and Gray's single. So he's like, and he told me, Ginno, you're the worst wingman in the world. And I have to admit, I'm probably like the worst wingman. I don't know I don't know the dating scene now. Yes, my tax accountant has same thing. He has finished chemo, but it weakened him. Yes, his voice not. Yes, my voice is not the same. I always get my voice is always kind of hoarse, kind of like I don't lose my voice, but it's not the same. I don't have the same voice now. Your comeback is, and the chemo really like. I went from, I was a runner all my life, Mom Janet. I was like, before I got cancer, I would run 5 kilometers every other day and sometimes more. I used to run in the heat. I could run in the middle of the day. It never bothered me. I would run in the subdivision here. I loved running and I just can't do it anymore. I can't, I can jog. I think I got up to like jogging 3 kilometers, but afterwards, it's like everything didn't feel right. It's like I felt really weak, and then I think it's best that I just walk. That's why I do now. I walk every day, then I do yoga, for strength. That way I can still keep strength. But I tried do a little bit of weights, but I don't think I can do that either because chemo also affects your bones. I have like I can feel it. My bones are not the same. I feel like that's why I'm careful about like breaking anything because if I break any of my bones, I know it won't heal right. I know it's like I said, man, and I read about it. I knew about it. My oncologist had told me about chemo and radiation that once you're done with it, it's gonna affect you for the rest of your life. And I'm living proof. It's like I know I'm not the same like I was before the treatments, but I'm still blessed. I'm alive. That's the main thing. I survived it. I'm alive, so I'm still grateful. GP, how is the packing going? All right, I'm getting over and over here. I gotta move faster here now on the comments. JP, 2025 is moving back. Yes, 2025. There are 3 Jollibees in Puget Sound. All right, man, I'm hearing that from people that Jollibee's becoming really popular in the US. I think a friend of mine even sent me, it was like the #1 chicken now. I couldn't believe that. I was like, wow, #1 chicken? But it is good chicken. I mean, Chicken Joy is really good. The chicken. I have been packing, figured out, still getting rid of things. It's more work than I expected. Oh yes, I remember that, JP. I had to get rid of a lot of stuff too before I left in the US. Chase your joys. Create great memories. Try to do both if you can. Hopefully will happen. Yes. And we will help him, Mom Janet. We will make, we will make JP, Daniel, Edgar. We will try to get them soft landing when they get here to Panay Island. I will do all I can to make it a soft landing for them. I'll make sure I will help them any way I can. And they got friends already, right? They know I'm their friend, and they know Mom and Dazzle's their friend, Liana. So they got family already when they get here. So to me, that's a win already. That's a win already. It's important when you land at a new place that you have friends right away. You have people watching out for you. If anything happens to you, we'll be here to take care of them. Bye, Janet. All right, JP. God bless. Bring you joy. Costs a lot to be cheap. It's better to pay a little more and get tons more. Antique is shaped like a seahorse. Yeah. I know this, Fortune. Dazzle was even telling me, Panay looks like a bat. It's shaped like a bat, like it's Batman. I was like, whoa, it looks like Batman. Because Dazzle had created this right there, Panay Posse. We're gonna put that on the shirt. But it's kind of like, it looks like Batman, like the head, like a flying Batman. Dazzle told me, I said, oh yeah, it does look. Pay motels. Yes. Thank you, JP. That's the thing, man. It's like, one guy, I already locked the apartment with the landlord. So now the landlord's messaging me. The landlord saying me, when is he gonna move in? I thought he's coming in September. And now it's like, it's not a deal. So I'm kind of like put in a spot because I told the landlord that 12,000 was going to be the rent for a furnished 1-bedroom, including internet. 12,000 pesos. That's like $200, including internet, fully furnished 1-bedroom. And the guy backed out. He says, he told me, I thought you told me not to send money. Because I had mentioned to him, don't send money online to anybody. But I told him, dude, you're sending the money to me. You can't trust me. I was like, what the heck? I've been communicating with him the whole time, and he don't trust me. I was like, but it is what it is. I understand. It's like I said, it's like I'm learning as I go. I'm learning as I go. But I think that will be the last. That was a lesson learned for me. That's the last person that here I was doing the legwork. I was trying to because he wanted to make sure he had an apartment when he get here. He wants to go to Panay, he said. So I said, all right. Then he goes, I sent him the video of the apartment. He said he liked it. I want to reserve it. So here I was doing the legwork, man. I'm talking to the landlord. I'm connected with the landlord. And the landlord said, okay, I just need a deposit. And then he don't want to send a deposit because I had told him before, don't send money to anybody online if you're trying to reserve. But I'm telling you, dude, you're sending the money to me and you don't trust me? So I was like, what am I going to do? What am I going to do, man? Did James film the new film? No, he hasn't. He just mentioned it to me that he has a new fishing spot in Batan. It's not far from Balete. Batan is like next town, two towns, maybe 20 minutes from James. So I'm sure once he gets the detail, we'll meet up. We'll meet up, go fishing there. Is cannabis? No, no cannabis here, Ryan. No, no, no. No marijuana. No, no. Big no in the Philippines. You can go to prison here for marijuana. And never gonna change. Their idea of marijuana here is a drug, so they considered it as bad as crack. So not legal. Never gonna be legal in the Philippines either. JP, I spoke to him. He told me he's behind in editing because of farm priorities. Yeah, like me, I haven't really done I haven't done videos. I didn't come out with a video last night. I haven't even finished the video at Dazzle's birthday. I'll work on that today. But I just been resting, because the birthday party, arranging all that took a little bit out of me, and I don't want to overdo it because I don't want to get sick, So I've been resting. I've been taking naps. So. Yes, first class ticket to Philippine prison. Don't carry marijuana, don't buy marijuana in the Philippines. You will go straight to jail. It's never going to get legalized here, Ryan. I'm Filipino. I've lived here 14 years. It's never going to get legalized in the Philippines. It's almost the same as divorce. They always talk about divorce in the Philippines. They always talk about marijuana. Not in my lifetime. It's not going to happen here. This country is too religious. The Catholic has a lot of influence here. 75% of the Philippines are Catholics, so they're not gonna do divorce or legalize marijuana. Look on Amazon for Nuva Bar. Ooh, wow. Let me take a picture of that. Mom Janet. I have to look that up. I have bands like they're like rubber bands where it's not weights, but it's like I can pull it and I can feel like the tension on it. I did get bands. A lot of food eating channels love the spices they put on the chicken. That's why it's popular. Oh, okay, all right, in the U.S. You'll end up famous like Batali. You'll end up famous. Hell yeah, no, I'm good. I'm good. All right. Ginno, I know you surely will. I have great faith in you. You are the real deal on YouTube. A champion. Oh, thank you. Thank you so much for the kind words, Mom Janet. Thank you. Make sure you got 2-3 banks that work overseas. Open one last summer. Work for several months. Now I can't connect. Yeah. That's why, like I said, find many ways to get your money. Like once you're here, money transfer. Have one for Wise. Have one for Remitly. 2 bank accounts in the U.S. The more able you access your money, the better. Don't rely on one. Because if that one fails or your one ATM fails, what are you gonna do? You have to have multiple ways to access your money in the U.S. When the Panay Pass assemble, we should do like with balut. That's funny, with balut. All right, I gotta go fast here because I gotta finish the live stream. We're over 2 hours now. Suresh, can I work? No, you can't work in the Philippines. Not as an expat or foreigner. They won't pay good in here anyway. Even if people think they can work at the call center here because of English, but you're not gonna get paid well here anyway. Magandang umaga, Kuya. Magandang umaga, Ray. Magandang umaga. Ray Moore, hello. What is the best way to send you money to you when it comes time? Like the people that send me money, JP, they send it through my friend that's reserving advance paying for his apartment in January. He sent it to me MoneyGram, because the fees is lower on MoneyGram, I guess. It's like I think it's like $10 to send an amount. So I've gotten money using Western Union, and I've gotten money using MoneyGram. Marijuana is like divorce in the Philippines. No go and illegal, sir, and both. Yep. Not, like I said, all right. Both will not change. It will not change. Not change. Marijuana is here in the Philippines. They look at it as a drug, like a gateway drug or a drug. Like I said, they treat it like crack. So it's never gonna get legalized in the Philippines. It's better. It really works. Utere exercise, best friend. All right, all right. I will check that out. Nuva bar. I'll have to. I took a picture of it, so I have the name. I haven't made any shorts lately. I've been working on dating video in Tagalog for foreigners should learn, but I have been sick for a few days now. Oh, okay, all right. Hope you feel better, Ray. Hope you feel better. Oh, sila. All right, I got to the bottom. Ray, I hope you feel better. Yes, drink moringa. Moringa. Yeah, moringa. Moringa tea. Take care, Gino. Take care, HD. Take care, everyone. Everyone have a good evening. And there's Dazzle. They're trying to be sneaky. I don't know what they're up to. They're up to something. Guys. All right, take care, everyone. Please stay blessed. Stay blessed, everyone.